Hello and welcome to My Xbox and Me, episode 85. I am one of your hosts, MC Fixer, alongside my Spanish meatball, Joseph.
People's champ.
You're not the people's champ, Joe.
It's not what I've been hearing.
Is it not?
No.
Is it not? That's what I've been hearing.
It's not what this belt says.
The belt says My Xbox and Me United States champ.
Right.
Joe.
Yes.
How have you been?
I am surviving
a terrible week.
Yeah, it's been dog shit. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, let's not pander and be stupid.
Yeah. No.
So do you want to talk about it on the show, or
sure. Yeah, it's been a day that I've been readying for a long time. My dad isn't, to say, the best of health, but he's a hard worker, and that's all I gotta give him that. A couple nights ago when we were gonna do the podcast, this week's a blur, so like, what was it, like Tuesday,
yeah.
And he, at 6 a.m. in the morning, he was in a whole big amount of pain. I thought, like, he has varicose veins, so I thought that popped.
Okay.
But he was having really bad pain, like on his lower back, all the way to, fellas, the balls. And
so, God, not the balls.
We thought it was kidney stones. Like, serious, right? And it looks like it's a mixture of things, but it's mostly his back.
Okay.
So he has, like, he tore something doing something, and he has like a pinched nerve, and he has like some muscle problems as well that he needs to do therapy for. But other than that, it's been a rough couple of days because he thinks he can go to work, and that's just not, he can't do that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's where I've been this week. I haven't played Xbox.
No, well, don't worry. I'll cover what's in your box this week.
Good.
Don't worry, I've got that. Wait, but you might have played before Tuesday. Anyway. So, you've had a crappy week.
Yeah.
And my week's been pretty crappy. Not in comparison to yours, don't get me wrong. I just had to work a lot this week.
If I could just interrupt, I almost forgot. I'm sorry. Thank you, everybody on Twitter and Facebook, for sending me like your thoughts and your prayers. Thank you so much. That was really nice. Sorry.
Yeah, not me. I was just a piece of shit. I was like, I'll wait for him to come on the podcast and then I'll talk to him. No, yeah, so I've been at work doing daytime shifts this week, so I haven't been able to stream much. And then I popped on stream on Thursday, twitch.tv/mcfixer, for those that want to follow. Mm-hmm. And what pops up? I've got a sub button now.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So I am officially all Twitch affiliates now have sub buttons. So if you're into the Twitch ecosystem and want to support lots of people don't like Patreon. I love Patreon. Yeah. I think it's an amazing platform, and that's where this show goes out early. You can get early at patreon.com/mcfixer. Audio's $3, videos $4. But some people like live content, like Twitch content. So you can now support me with getting yourself a sub button, which we'll be doing sub days only and tons of stuff over on twitch.tv/mcfixer. But yeah, it's crazy. So I've officially got a sub button, so that was exciting. Nice. And yeah,
if you have Prime, guys, Twitch Prime.
Joe, thank you. If you have Prime, I need you to do me a favor. Even if you don't give two hoots about Twitch, I need you to. There's going to be a lot I'm asking for, but make a Twitch account, link that Twitch account to your Prime account, and then you get a free sub every single month. Yeah. And if you do it, I'll just message you once a month being like, yo, let me know. Like, I've got people like that already. Like Scott Sedmond, love him to bits. I know full well he's not going to do this monthly. He was like, just hit me up when the month is up, yeah? I'm like, don't you worry, Scott, I will. Don't you worry. So if you do have Twitch Prime, you get a free Twitch sub, and I say you should choose me. All right, Joe, let's get on to Xbox, and let's talk about what's been in my box this week. Maybe not so much yours. What have I been playing? I just finished playing a bit more Borderlands. I've started Borderlands 2. Started that again with Crash. For some reason, he had the itch to play it again, so I now have to start it again, even though I just finished it. So, but I'm gonna go for achievements. I'm achievement hunting now with it. So I started up a siren class. I got to do 100 phase looks with the siren. So yeah, I'm just grinding that out for the moment. Still nothing new out for what I personally want. I did buy a game that I hope comes to the Xbox.
Oh, okay.
Deeply. I bought Crash Bandicoot today. For those remastered version on the PS4. The reason I'm talking about this is because I really want this on Xbox. I only bought this for Haley because she's gonna go crazy for this game. She loves Crash Bandicoot, so it's lovely to know she's got something to play. But for me, I want this game even more so because I want those sweet, sweet achievements. 3000G, yes, please. So we're still figuring out if that's an exclusive or not, which tells me it's not. Because they'd be shouting it from the rooftops if it wasn't exclusive.
Oh, definitely.
There was this fake. I shouldn't say fake. There was this image leaked from a website that I had never heard of saying that it was coming to Xbox. There's a ton of things happening right now on the internet. But yeah, so that's what I've been playing. What else? I feel like I'm missing something.
The only game I've played and like I beat, like, because I had to unplug my Xbox to get something working. So I beat Horizon.
Oh, okay.
And it immediately made me feel two things. I cried a little bit. I'm a man, I'll admit it. I fucking cried. Oh my god, it was just like, oh fuck. And then immediately thought, I'm like, dude, Xbox needs a game like this.
Xbox, that I'm not going to talk about Horizon too much here because it's a Xbox podcast. Sorry, but that's still my game of the year so far.
Yeah.
So, if you've got a PlayStation, you should experience that game. That's all I'm going to say on that.
And if you work at Xbox, you should just copy it.
Yeah, just go and make another one. No, yeah, that's a great game. It's a great game. What else? Been playing some more PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, which we're going to be talking a hell of a lot in this week's show. But before all that, this week's episode of My Xbox and Me is brought to you by Mike Lynch and the glorious Movie Cast.
Go sit on what they are.
What did you say?
And I don't. Who's this Mike Lynch?
Yeah, I know you never heard of him. You'll hear more from him later on in the show.
Okay, good.
But right now, we're on topic of the show.
Right.
So, big story come out this week. We're gonna jump around in the news story. I think I picked it up from Games Radar. But Phil Spencer talks about the Xbox One and its release coming. The Xbox One X, and its release coming to Japan. And the quote we got here is, "I will never give up on Japan." So, for most of you who know, if you're into Xbox, you listen to podcasts, Xbox doesn't sell well in Japan. Never does, and
never has.
It never has. Even Sony's struggling in Japan this year. This console life cycle, I mean. The Japanese market are more mobile phones and handhelds, hence why the Switch is going to do amazing over there. The culture's so different. So different. They've got tiny apartments, so it makes perfect sense why the original Xbox One didn't sell well, because it was all about connecting. You needed spaces. That doesn't work in Japan. Even with the different marketing, the total of Xboxes sold in Japan so far are around 80,000 units, which,
wow, Japan's
a big country.
Yeah.
That number comes according to Media Crate, which does lots of statistics and stuff like that. It's not selling well out there. It's not doing well. So the main reason I wanted to talk about this is, where did you come down on this? What do Xbox need to do to sell well in Japan? And the point I'm bringing this up is, obviously Phil's talking about the Xbox One X, and I'm not Japanese, I don't know what the culture is out there, but I don't feel, if they're into handhelds, they're not into it. In my head, this is all just my thought process. If they're into handheld gaming, they can't be into power, so the Xbox One X is not marketed to them. It's still an Xbox, so it doesn't have great Japanese games.
Right.
No Persona, Danganronpa, Nier Automata. I'm sure all of those are Japanese.
Even some games like Destiny in Japan, that's PlayStation exclusive over there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So some companies, they don't even bother, which is like that's
Makes
how bad
sense.
it sounds. And like to me, I think you hit it on the head. Like, these people, they're mostly these people. I'm gonna build the wall. They usually play mobile games. They're on their phones, or they're on the Vita. That's the only place where Vita kills.
Yeah.
Is because they're all mobile gamers, because they're going to one cafe, to work, to home, back to the cafe type of deal. It's a very mobile country, and a lot of people walk to place. So yeah, everybody's either on their phone. That's why the Switch is doing gangbusters. The PlayStation is doing good there. It's not doing what like the PlayStation 2 used to do.
Exactly.
Because they are transitioning into more of that mobile space. So with Japan, it's a symbolic country in gaming spheres, because it's the country that started it all for us. But and at the same time, when you pull out of a market, that doesn't give the faith to the stockholders or even to the community that you have faith in your product. So, to me, if I was Phil, I would either do one or two things. If I really want to make the Xbox appealing over there, I would start making deals with people like Sega, like Atlas, which is owned by Sega now that I think about it, like Square, like all these companies. But to do that, you need money. And so, like, is the return going to be worth it? Probably not. So what I would say, as a country, that last time I looked at Japan, when it came to, like, this is back in the 360 era, the PS2 was outselling the 360. So that's how bad it was selling.
Yeah, it was crazy.
To me, I would just pull out.
So this is my thought process. Yeah,
Okay.
It's okay for me. It's a case of no, don't pull out, because for Phil, I think this is a win-win situation. Honestly, if Phil pushes the Xbox One X hard in Japan, and it doesn't sell well, he can sit in his chair and go, well, we know the Xbox doesn't sell well in Japan. They're just not interested, but I had to try to do.
Right.
Cool. If it does sell well, or if he can start striking those partnerships and deals, hashtagging Phil we trust even more. Yeah. So there's no need to pull out of the market, and you can't pull out of the market, because if you can crack the market, you can win the generation.
Yeah.
If you can crack Japan, you can win the generation of that console's life cycle 100%.
But like that, like, it just comes into money. Like, and that's the thing.
But who's got more money, Sony or Microsoft? We know the answer to that question.
Yeah. But Microsoft wants to see returns.
This is the conversation I was having with Kresh, which is the fact of, I don't think Microsoft or Xbox are going to want to play the long game with this.
No.
They're not going to want to put the groundwork in to build up the brand again.
Yeah.
80 million units is nothing.
Yeah.
Like,
this is a Western console. That's to me, when I look at the Xbox, and that's why, like, it just doesn't appeal over there in Japan. It's a very westernized console. You even, like, said it with the Kinect. It's like, that doesn't speak to anybody in Asia. Nobody gives a shit, because their houses are.
It didn't speak to nobody here either.
Yeah, exactly. Even in Europe. So, like, to me, it's just, I get it as symbolism of, we're gonna try there, and that it is showing, like, people, like, we have faith in this box. And sure, they'll probably waste some money just to keep those things on the shelves, but they know at the end of the day it's not going to sell. He's just trying to reassure the audience that they're going to try over in Asia, because you always hear that from them every couple of years. Oh, we're going to try, this is going to be our big push, and nothing happens.
Yeah.
So they really gotta, to me, I wouldn't focus just on your first party, which Phil says he has something in the works.
Yeah.
So,
Blue Dragon 2.
Yeah.
Me and Chris were talking about today, literally, of Blue Dragon 2. What would that do for anybody? I personally don't think it would do anything.
I think don't go back to the same mine. Just do something different, and give companies like Rare, it's what I said, like keep saying in the last 2 podcasts. Just give them freedom to do whatever, and don't get into it so much. Because the one thing is, like, I always in every Microsoft game, you can always tell where Microsoft or the Xbox team got involved. Like with Gears of War, the multiplayer aspect, I'm like, this is where they started meddling with things. Same with Halo. I'm like, microtransactions, and they're really over the top microtransactions. This is where Microsoft fiddled. So like, just give them space to do stuff, and like don't. The one thing I don't like is when you talk about DLC before the DLC actually even fucking hits. So like the one thing I love, like with games like Horizon or The Witcher, is just like, yeah, we'll talk about DLC when the game's here.
Yeah.
But game's not here. So to me, I'm like, stop with these cards. You need to make a good game first. And not to say that they haven't, but like you need to make some original IP.
Yeah.
And to me, that's why I'm like, sorry, Japan, let's throw the markets that we were good at, but we're weakened now, or we lost. Like in North America, you can still make it here. North America could go either way. So it's like that cool girl at the bar. So go impress that cool girl at the bar, and you could take North America again, because Japan is not to say it's not important anymore, but but it kind of isn't in a way, because Nintendo and Sony have just such a strong footing that anybody going in there is just it's like D-Day, going in there. It's just you're stocking shelves, and not even some like Japanese stores. They don't want to stock Xbox because they're just not going to sell them. So like you have to. It's like it's a multi-layered situation where, yeah, you got to get people to buy it, but you also got to get people to stock them. What's the incentive of stocking something if it's just going to collect dust? So yeah, it's a big situation, but I feel like you should try to win back your land before you start conquering something.
Fair enough, Joe. Fair enough. Yeah, just an interesting statement to say that they won't give up. I think that's reassuring, though.
Yeah.
All right, Joe. Let's hear from the Glorious Movie Podcast, and it says, "Hello, everyone. If you're looking for the most, glorious movie podcast out there, please check out the Glorious Movie Cast on iTunes or SoundCloud. With myself, the glorious one, Mr. Moody, and the glorious red-bearded fox man. Sorry, it's Man Foxes. My apologies. We give you a little insight into all the movie news, just with not much insight. Please come and support it. It would really mean a lot, and keep supporting my Xbox and me as well. Thank you for your time, and back to your glorious hosts." Thank you very much, Mr. Moody. Appreciate it. On that note, I will say for 2 things. Okay. If you are watching on, or even if you are not, if you're watching or listening on SoundCloud, please subscribe. Please rate us. It helps us get in the charts. What it is so to get a new audience in, you need to have so many listeners coming back every week, and new listeners, and reviews, and subscriptions. iTunes is a beast. So even if you don't listen to us on your iPhone, if you're using one, or something like that, just go subscribe, leave a review. It helps way more than any of you would know, honestly. And do the same for the Glorious Movie Cast.
Just go on iTunes, you click 5 stars, and you go, good. And then you get out.
Exactly. Literally that. Enough of that. Let's get into the news, Joe. Okay. And the first piece of news we got here is all about Far Cry 5, a game that I'm excited for. Cannot wait for. Far Cry 5, towers and minimaps removed. Ubisoft speaks up. So, did you hear about this at all?
Yeah. This is interesting to me.
So, Far Cry 5 will be departing from the rest of the series in a lot of ways, not the least of which is ditching minimaps and towers. According to the writer of the game, Drew Holmes, it's to keep players on their toes. And the quote is, "We really wanted to focus on exploration with a sense of, I'm not sure what to do or where to go." Holmes says the removal of the minimap was so you're not staring at it in the little corner saying what's in the world. You've got to actually pay attention to the world, and the art side is doing a good job of making sure there are good landmarks so you can figure out where you're going. You know what I mean? It becomes more or less the game guiding you where to go, and more of you saying, where do I go? I want to go here. What do I do today? Now, this for me is super interesting.
Right.
Like, so because this brings back to me like the reason why I loved Fallout 4.
All right.
Because the way I played Fallout 4 was, okay, I'm not necessarily worried, especially the early stage of Fallout 4, because that was my first Fallout, remember? So it was more a case of, okay, what am I going to do today? I'm just going to go this way. And we'll see what happens as I go right. And then you hit this landmark, you hit that landmark, you hit this landmark. Do you know what I mean? It's not about climbing to the top of a tower. Oh, look all the stuff I can do.
Oh, there's trees.
Exactly. And this in a Far Cry game, which is multiplayer, which seems like it's got an interesting story, this could be interesting. Like, really, really interesting.
Yeah, that's why the removal of the minimap could serve for making the game look way more beautiful. Your less clutter is better.
Yeah.
And also, like, I think of games like Bloodborne, I think of games like Dark Souls, where you don't have that minimap from what I'm aware of, or what I remember. So like you're wandering around kind of aimlessly, but like because you're wandering and you don't have a sense of direction, you find the little things, you find these little Easter eggs, these little surprises, and that's what makes those games so special. So if they could deliver on that, I think that's really cool. The only thing I worry about are the waypoints and how they're going to work. I would assume that there's like a little arrow you have to go to, and it's going to be at like the top, the top of your screen. But I don't know. I'm interested. I am getting this game day one for sure.
Yeah, me too. 100%.
I like the villain. I love the concept. So
yeah, it's just I'm open to games trying something new, and this seems like something that it seems so simple, but it doesn't happen enough.
Yeah, because every time you go to America, it's like you're in New York or you're in LA, and it's like I've been to these cities. They're not, or I've been to New York. It's nothing like it is. Like GTA 4 maybe captured it as close as possible, but like you're always in these like areas, you're never in Montana. I don't even know who lives in Montana.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So like that's interesting to me, that I like that people are taking different settings in America instead of the ones we've been visiting and been hit over the head with. You know, something more country, something more foresty. That's cool, because like America is way more than just New York City, Chicago, and LA. Just
like London's more. I mean, England's more than just London. Like people seem to think that there are other places. They're not as good as London, but they are around. Next piece of news, Joe, is Rick and Morty is coming to Rocket League. So I'm super new to Rick and Morty. So I've watched season 1 and 2 now, and I'm super hyped. Season 3 just got announced, and that's crazy. So what they've done is they've added, just like they did with the Batman stuff and Gears of War and Sunset Overdrive, you've got a new antenna, I don't know what they call the thing that goes on the top of the car, like a hat, I guess. And new skin, a car skin, and new rims for your car, all Rick and Morty style. And it looks hilarious. And the best bit about this, which I didn't realize, and I'm not sure if you did either, is available for free.
No way.
Will be available free, customization items starting on July 5th. Rick and Morty will be available as,
That's awesome.
Like, I would totally have paid for this.
Yeah, I would have paid for it as well. That just goes to show how awesome the creators are of Rick and Morty. They're huge nerds. So like they're huge video game nerds. They even made a scene where like Rick bursts into the living room. He's like, guys, there's a sale of 3DSs at Target.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you're right.
The Zelda ones.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Hurry.
Yeah, it's just also Rocket League is killing it, and I had to put that story in there for you and me and Ross, of course. Rocket League is killing it. They're definitely they're doing like ads on WWE. They're not playing around, and that's
they're fucking everywhere, man. I really like what they're doing. They're trying to make this game super relevant. And like I was listening to the Games Cast while I was in the hospital, and like Andrea Renee said it like the best. If there's one esport that could make it like to all the filthy casuals out there, it's this game. It's not Dota, it's not Overwatch, it's not any. It's this game because it's soccer with cars. You know
exactly.
So like it's a concept casual people know and they could get into, and it's fun. It's like it is fun to watch. So this game, like I can't wait to pick it up. Maybe I'll do that sometime this weekend. I suck at the game, but like
me too.
It's so much fun. It's just so much fun. And this, I mean, you got a Mr. Meeseeks hat thing. I love it. I'm already on board. If you guys have not watched Rick and Morty, it is fantastic. Because like,
I put it off for so long that I was just like, I don't really know if I like the look of this, because I watched the first episode, a couple of episodes of Archer, and I wasn't into that at all. Okay. And someone, the same person, was like, "Oh, I think it might have even been Fishy. Fishy told me to watch Archer. Did he tell me to watch Rick and Morty? I'm not sure." But yeah, and I was just like, I looked at the art style and I was like, I'm not sure. Yeah. And after watching that first episode, got it on Netflix, watched it, and I was like, oh my god, this is hilarious.
Yeah. It's amazing. I got my friend, my one friend, I got her into it. She watched the first episode. She's like, this is weird. I'm like, but they do a spoof on what was it? Not the Friday the 13th. Freddy Krueger. They do a spoof on him. Scary Terry. She's like, all right, let's watch another one. And then afterwards, bam, fell in love.
Nice.
That show is amazing. Guys, watch it.
Definitely. Let's talk about PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, a game that is coming to Xbox One this year, so we've been told. A game that I play on a daily basis, a game that has the world pretty into it. PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds was released into early access on PC about 3 months ago, and has just hit 4 million copies sold, which is crazy. 4 million copies. This game has sold more than Horizon Zero Dawn, Zelda, Mario Kart
combined.
Not combined.
No, because Horizon's only
Horizon's 3.4, I think.
Oh, is it 3.4? Okay, never mind. Almost, because it's Zelda sold, 2. All right, never mind. I'm a liar and my brain's fried. Don't worry.
It's cool. But I want to say congratulations to this game. Honestly, like they hit on something. Again, it's definitely a game that if you haven't played it, you don't get it. Yeah. And I don't think you understand it enough even watching it be played. Like, I love everyone that watches me on Twitch, and you should come watch as well. Because you get a sense of like, oh, Fix, you're so rubbish. But the game is hard and the game is fun. But it's like you just grind on that game of learning, and you learn footsteps, you learn what scopes are going to be able to see how far. Oh, the game is just so much fun, and it's super scary. Super scary.
Yeah, no, it's an awesome game. Like I played a few matches.
We played together, yeah.
Yeah, and it was awesome because like you get that when you're falling into the air and like you're like you parachute and I'm like, okay, cool, I'm the only one here. And then all of a sudden, like you see 3 other parachutes, you're like, fuck. So you have that anxiety.
It's not even just that though. It's like that on top of, oh, there's no one with me. Pop, 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 pop. Why was there gunshots? I swear there was nobody with me. And then you're trying to hear, what is it? Was it on the left? Was it on the right? You start sound whoring. Like, come on, I need to hear. This is why I bought these expensive headsets.
Yeah, man, it's awesome. I cannot wait for this game to come to Xbox.
Yes. But yeah, just want to say congratulations to that. The next piece, and to think how many that this is going to sell on console so much. But another piece of news about PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds is the studio. This is a controversial one, in my opinion.
Okay.
The studio wants to add crossplay between PC and Xbox One. Executive producer Chan Han Kim, awesome name, told VG247 developer Bluehole hopes to let people on both platforms play together. But first, there are a few wrinkles. I'm not going to read the whole quote because it's not really that important, but the main thing they say in this quote is the battle between keyboard and mouse versus controller, and controller would need a lot of aim assist if this was to happen, and they're not in a place right now to do that. But it's definitely something they want to do in the future. Yeah. Where do you come down on a game like this being cross-play?
So here's my whole thought. First off, like the whole mouse and keyboard thing, I played Titanfall not on mouse and keyboard because the original on PC. I played that with an Xbox One controller. And I played that with a PlayStation 4 controller. I didn't own an Xbox One at the time. And I was murking kids left and right. No aim assist whatsoever. So like that argument, like I understand where people are coming from and probably scientifically proven it's better and more accurate. But to me, I feel like if you've had a controller all your life, right, and that's what you've played on, I feel like you have that advantage because you know how to use that controller.
See, I disagree.
Yeah?
I totally disagree. Yeah, because we played a game the other day on PC called The Forest. And I was playing on mouse and keyboard, and I was like, okay, cool, this is fine. Then I was like, oh, one of those controller support, because I prefer using the controller. Yeah. So plugged in the controller, and I was playing the game, it didn't feel right. It doesn't, because those type of games don't translate over very well. Because of you got to think about mouse and keyboard. I'm quicker to get my inventory sorted, 100%. Inventory management in that game, you need to be so fast. I'm doing that quicker than you with mouse and keyboard.
Is there mouse and keyboard support on the Xbox One?
There's been reports, we spoke about it so many times on there, where they said that it can be done, it's not impossible, it will happen, it won't happen. It's crazy. There's tons that have been said. I still don't think that's acceptable, though, because the majority of people are going to use a controller on Xbox. I think it's going to be...
You got to play around with the user interface and everything.
Yeah, it's going to be a total different experience on console. It really is. Everybody knows I love crossplay. I really do. I love the thought of being able to play with people everywhere. But a game like this, I don't know if it's going to work.
And like the brilliant thing is that I love the PC, the game media, when they're like, people bitch all the time about Microsoft bringing over their games to also Windows, and they're like, oh man, like there's no point of buying an Xbox. But then once they hear crossplay, they're like, wow, Microsoft's really pushing I'm like, no fucking duh. This is the whole point of why they're bringing their games onto PC. So it's bringing it's creating a huge ecosystem around the Xbox and PC because they own both those things. So they want to make this community. Duh, like this is to me like it points out like sometimes like the hypocrisy when people like to kick Xbox just like because they think it's fun or something. Like this is awesome what they're doing, and even developers talking about crossplay and having that be in the conversation for the last like week or two is phenomenal, because I'm like, now I'm like my whole thing is like, now people are starting to get why Xbox is doing this, because like it was awesome beforehand. Like I'm always on board with this PC thing, so I love it. I'm sorry, that was my rant. I needed it.
No rant, you're good. Yeah, just interesting news. I wonder if they'll balance it well, and we soon will find out. Next piece of news is Phil's Twitter has been popping off, Joe. In Phil We Trust, Mr. Spencer himself, and a guy called Snoopy asked him on the Twitters, when will Halo 5 get an Xbox One X enhanced soon after launch of the Xbox One X at Phil? Xbox P3 actually. Phil replied with, we will talk more about Xbox One enhanced games coming this summer. The point is they're going to be talking about enhanced games this summer, which is good to know for people that are interested in getting an Xbox One X. They are going to know what is getting enhanced, what games are, when you're buying this expensive console, you're going to want them to look the best they can. So you will find out more about that in the summer. And the next piece of news was Extreme Gamer asked, original Xbox BC games will they get widescreen at launch?
Yeah.
And Phil replied with no. Most OG games will have WS. I don't know what that stands for.
I can't think of it.
Sorry, most games didn't have WS, widescreen.
Yeah.
Can't really easily change the frame buffer aspect ratio on a shipped game from BC. So don't be expecting widescreen on your backwards compatible games.
That means kids expect those big black bars at the edges of your.
They'll probably do some. Do you think they'll do something prettier, or do you think they'll have to leave it as black bars because it's
probably
big?
Yeah, probably they'll probably leave it that way. I hate when people try to make like sidebars of art on the side.
See, I don't. I think it looks prettier.
Oh, really? To me, it's distracting. So I'm just like,
fair enough.
Black bars, you know, not good for your TV, but whatever. Yeah.
Joe, let's talk about a piece of news that's come out that's got a lot of people angry, which is Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remaster standalone PS4 release confirmed out next week. That's how frustrated you are. You hit a can over. Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remaster will be available as a standalone release, even though Activision said it wouldn't, for PS4 next week. Activision has announced the game was previously only available with the Call of Duty Infinite Warfare Special Edition that was purchasable for $80, and you could do that either with the physical or digital version. The game comes on with a full campaign and the original 16 base maps. While only, yeah.
I gotta interrupt you. I feel dirty.
Hit me.
I feel dirty. I couldn't. The nostalgia was too strong for me. Fix.
Oh my!
I'm sorry.
God. For those who are not listening to the not watching the video version, which is a lot of you, Joseph was just holding the standalone version of Call of Duty on PS4. Joe, you're a piece of shit, and you're part of the problem.
I am.
What is wrong with you? This is the stupidest thing Activision have ever done. I own Modern Warfare Remastered on my Xbox One already. Why would you withhold something on one platform like this? This makes no sense. The game came out like 10 years ago.
Yeah. This is a dumb remaster. Yeah. It's a dumb move. I'm not gonna.
No, you need to be more angry.
Okay. I'm so upset right now. This is not I broke. I'll tell you why I broke. I needed the nostalgia. I couldn't wait. And also I had an opportunity to get it for $25. I
don't give about your opportunities. I am disappointed in you.
But what I will say is, and I'll even get more hate, the game does not hold up.
No, it's not good. It's not good at all.
No. Everybody's running around with snipers and they pretend. I love these people. They pretend they're so good. The snipers in that game, I forgot how broken they were. Because all you have to do is put stopping power on and deep impact or whatever it's called. And then all of a sudden, I got shot in the dick multiple times. Bam, one shot kill. Any upper body shot, bam, one shot kill. I got shot in the toe, one shot kill. People are running around with a stopping power and like the one where you it increases your hip accuracy. And so like they're just running around shooting people like that. I'm like, wow, this is actually, if I paid anywhere to like $30 or more, I feel like I would have gotten ripped off.
The game doesn't play well. Do you know what I forgot? There are so many Call of Duty tryhards. So
many.
It's ridiculous. It's just not a fun place to play online.
No. I've already raged at so many people.
Why does that not surprise me?
Oh, God.
Next piece of news, and it's our last piece before we get into Games with Gold and the Sal. Xbox One X will download 4K game patches, whether or not you have a 4K TV or not. Microsoft has confirmed that all Xbox games that feature a 4K support will download its 4K assets to the Xbox One S, regardless of their television. Sorry. The moral of the story here is you better get yourself an external hard drive.
This is getting ridiculous.
But you say it's getting ridiculous, but this is where we're at. This is gaming 2017, Joe.
Yeah. I mean, like, okay, let me backtrack a little bit. So, like, back when the 360 first was hit the scene, remember it only had what, like 20 gigs or 40 gigs you got to choose?
20.
I think it's just 20, right?
Yeah.
And then like it kept on increasing over time. We see that with the PlayStation 4, they've increased all their, which I think is kind of dumb because now the Pro is like, why am I paying the extra $100? But you see that all of them have a terabyte hard drive now.
Yep.
Xbox is still with the 500 gigabytes.
Well, they've got terabyte ones as well.
Yeah, the one behind me, but those are usually reserved for limited editions.
You can get a 1S terabyte. That's not a limited edition.
Can you really?
Yeah.
Oh, then no, don't worry about what I was saying. But what I am trying to get at is we should be seeing a better increase of hard drive space without having to pay an upgrade for it. So, like, to me, I feel like the jump between like PlayStation 4 to PlayStation 4 Pro should be 1 terabyte in the 4, 2 in the Pro. You know, for the Xbox
I agree with you there. Yeah.
1 terabyte, and then for the Xbox One X, 2 terabytes.
Yeah.
Not unheard of. You can do it. It's all about cutting costs. And when like what's his face? Xbox's PR guy.
Oh, Major Nelson?
Major Nelson. He was like, oh yeah, I plugged in my external to this. I'm like, Major Nelson, I don't have an extra $100 to throw out an external.
But you can pick up it. I know this is not an excuse, and I don't disagree with what you're saying. But external hard drives are so cheap nowadays. You can pick them up, and it is $100. And I understand that's a lot of money. It is a lot of money. I'm not sitting here saying, but gaming is a lot of money. Unfortunately,
yeah, but also like if I'm paying that premium price of $500, and I go, well, also on this premium piece of hardware, I'm gonna have to attach a tuner on it so that you know.
A tuner, jeez. But you don't have to. You can still play your games.
I gotta,
you have to uninstall them.
Yeah, uninstall and reinstall.
But that's your problem. That's not their problem.
No, it becomes their problem, man. It becomes their problem.
No, it doesn't, because they make money. They do their own external hard drives that people don't realize that other people, you can use any, like not any, but most external hard drives. So it's not their problem. They're making money still.
I don't like it.
I don't like it either, but it's just the facts. Just saying the facts.
I just feel like the One X, if you're going to charge me $500, give me a 2 terabyte hard drive. You did it on my S. What you can do it on the X. That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm putting my foot in. My Xbox and me community. Where do you stand on this issue? We're torn.
We are torn, but you know who isn't torn? Torn. You know who isn't torn?
Yeah,
your boy Mike Lynch. And Mike Lynch says, "Hello, my name is Mike Lynch. Go and support me at Mike Lynch Streams on Twitch. Go and subscribe to me at Mike Lynch on YouTube. And keep being beautiful." Mike has bought an Xbox One. You should go follow him and play with him. Would help if I had his gamer tag written down. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Joe, say something funny.
So I think it's Mike Lynch, who doesn't play the ukulele, is his gamer tag.
No, he is Mike Lynch Tuber. MIKELYNCHTUBER. Go and support your boy Mike Lynch. He supports the show. He keeps the lights on, just like the glorious movie cast. Thank you very much for the support, boys. So there's been a big sale one. It's just started.
What
games will get? Oh, the ultimate game sale is running from June 30th to July 10th. Will feature 300 plus games and add-ons with a savings of up to 65%. Gold members save 10% more. So, are you looking to pick up anything, Joe? Is there anything you missed that you may want?
Lord of the Rings.
Shadow of Mordor.
Shadow of Mordor.
Don't say Lord of the Rings then. You know, it's not called Lord of the Rings. It's called Shadow of Mordor. Help me out here, mate.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not a nerd. Anyway, so I want to get back into Mordor. I couldn't get into it last time, but now I feel like I'm ready. I'm ready for it. So I want to get back into it. Steam has it for like $3.99. That's a fucking steal if I've ever seen it. So knowing that the Steam sales aren't that good anymore, I'm thinking I can hop on my Xbox, get it for $3.
I hear that.
$3.50.
I hear that.
Also, probably if Rocket League has a sale, I'll buy it.
I'm thinking about picking up Little Nightmares, which I played at Comic-Con. I do want it, but there's a disc version, so I'm debating whether to buy the disc version and then trade it back in.
Are you a disc guy? Are you?
No, I'm only a disc guy for PlayStation games, PlayStation exclusive games.
Okay.
I buy all my PlayStation exclusives as a disc, but because I game share with my brother-in-law, we go halves a lot on games, which I think that's where you don't game share with anyone, right?
No.
So that's the reason why I think you're more of a disc guy, as well as. I'm not saying that's the only reason, but because you don't have to cut the cost with someone, imagine that instead of paying for a $20 game, you're only paying $10.
Yeah.
If you're paying for an $80 game, you're only paying $40. You're half of that cost all the time. So
yeah. I mean, that's also a great thing about Microsoft. If I had someone to game share, which I think I will soon. But they're not. The person I would be game sharing with, though, I don't know how often she would go out.
Nah. Let me tell you, you got to make the right decision when picking your game sharer. Here we go. We'll have a new segment right here. Okay. It's called "Pick Your Game Sharer."
Okay. Pick your.
I'll tell you a little story. I'm gonna take you on a little journey before we head off and tell you about the games of gold. All right, we're gonna tell you a little story. So, I was game sharing with a beautiful blonde hair, green eyes, beautiful body lady called Haley.
I don't have.
You don't have green eyes. You're right. Love her to bits. She's my fiance. Love her so much. She doesn't listen to this show, so I can say what I want. Beautiful.
Well, then you could say like kind of nags, you know.
Oh well, you know, you're just speaking the truth there, Joe. I hear you. Yeah. So we were game sharing. Cool. Boom. And I'm the one, so we get some review codes here and stuff like that. So she was getting all the benefits. And then I'd be like, yo, do you want to go half on the game? She's like, hell no, I don't want to go half on the game. Her Xbox didn't turn on for like 3 months. So I'm like, yo, I'm going to go game share with your brother because he buys games on a regular base. We play the same games. We play together sometimes. Why would I not do this? And let me tell you, she had the biggest hissy fit on earth.
Oh boy.
Like she was, how dare you pick my brother over me? Oh, what, am I not good enough? Who am I gonna get to game share with? I was lucky enough. I got Foxes and was like, yo, Foxes, can you game share with her, please? Appreciate that, brother. And Foxes helped out. But so this is the segment of pick your game sharer well. Send in your horror stories at my Xbox and Me podcast for game sharing stories. Yeah. Please. Pick it right, Joe. Don't pick someone just because you're like, oh, yeah, they're nice. And you said it was a girl, correct?
Yeah.
You fancy her and all that situation. Just don't do it, yeah? You need someone that is going to be 50-50 in.
True. Yeah. No, but my issue with her is, first off, I have more of a love affair with her boyfriend. We're like this. It's a weird polyamorous thing, but
that's fine. I understand that perfectly. Trust me.
He's my hetero life mate, and so the thing is, she's more of a Sony gal, but she does get games for free though, and so she could add that to the library.
Don't risk it, bruh. Trust me. Right. Trust me.
I'm gonna take it.
Trust me. You need to reach out to someone you trust in the community, someone that you can trust. And find what they buy, find what they play, and you're going to save yourself some money.
Okay.
Again, send your emails to my Xbox and Me podcast about your bad game sharer. I want to hear about it. Games with goals this month, Joe.
Yeah.
We have from the 1st of July, my birthday month. You'll hear about a birthday stream coming up soon. 1st of July to the 30th of July, Grow Up. This game was previously on PlayStation Plus. I never got it there, so I'm happy I'm getting it here. Next game on here, which is probably the best game on this list, if I'm being honest with you, which is Rumbo. If you haven't played Rumbo, I played it on the Nintendo Wii U, actually. It's a cool party game. You all have to run to different colors. I'll read you the the synopsis here, which is, I think I've used that right. Rumbo is a fast-paced action game that is perfect for parties, supporting up to 9 players, local or online. It involves racing against one another as platforms and abstract objects, doesn't say that at all, appears, even though they do, and disappears in time with the color changing in the background. The game has several modes to enjoy and change up the play. It's a good game. I played it. It's good fun. It's good fun. You can get that from the 15th of July till the next month, which will be the 15th, I think. I didn't write it down by mistake. Xbox 360 games. Kane and Lynch 2, which is terrible. Terrible game. Terrible game. Oh, available from 1st of July till the 15th of July. And last but not least, Lego Pirates of the Caribbean. That is that, Joe. So should we jump into Fixer Sack?
You know what? I'm good this week. I don't think we should. No,
that's perfect because we got no emails.
Did we? What did I send a funny picture, Fix?
I saw
funny picture of a sack.
Look, Joe, I'm not holding you responsible for this one. This one's on the community. We got 0. The email be dead. Nobody cares for us no more. They got their E3 coverage and they escaped.
Walk it out.
They were done. They said, you know what, Joe, Fixer, we ain't supporting you no more. No more Fixer Sack. So you know what? No more Fixer Sack. You're done.
Punished.
I hope you're all happy. Now you're only getting 45-minute shows.
Actually, it's like 52 right now. But God,
shut up, Joe. God damn it. God damn it.
Well, but that is with some editing. So like 47 minutes, guys.
I might just edit it down to half an hour now.
Ooh, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. Looking at you, proper BO. You could even send an insult. Come on.
Like, I'm so disappointed.
I know his brain's tiny, but you can think of something.
So disappointed. But if you do want to email in to the segment that might not happen next week, who knows? My Xbox and Me podcast at gmail.com. That's my Xbox and Me podcast at gmail.com. Joe, let's plug and get ourselves out of here. Before we do that, I want to say thank you again to our sponsors, which is Mike Lynch and Mr. Moody, the Glorious podcast.
Glorious.
Yes. The movie cast is not podcast. He should have named it podcast. It should have been the Glorious Podcast.
No, movie cast seems right.
Yeah, but I don't say that.
It tells you what you're doing. And then he also has like a line for people. It's great.
No, I don't like it. I'm not feeling it. We'll have to have words.
All right.
What about you? Plug. What you got for us?
So this week, Poly Games, we did a lot of things this week. I can't name them because they're all a blur, but check them out at Poly Games at youtube.com. I'm taking a little bit of a hiatus. I'll be back on July 5th with videos. Again, because of the whole dad and being dumb, being a silly old man. So be back July 5th. With that said, we're changing up the podcast, Fix.
It's definitely happening.
It's definitely happening. I'm bringing communities together. Look at this, building bridges, okay? Not breaking them down. So we're recording it this Sunday. By the time this podcast is out, you might be able to listen to it. And that is called the PlayStation Podcast, made by the players for the players. And this is going to be kind of like My Xbox and Me meets PS I Love You. I made a beautiful baby. And whether you're an Xbox fan, PlayStation, Nintendo, I'm trying to make a podcast where we can all talk about PlayStation, but also not be nasty to each other. And my hope is that we can make this community where we got PlayStation people and Xbox people just coexisting and not arguing about what piece of plastic is better. That's my dream. That's my utopia.
I guess I like shouting about my piece of plastic, but again, if you can support on Patreon, please do. Patreon.com/MCFixer. Audio early for this show, video early for this show, exclusive content for other stuff about me losing weight, which you can get.
How's that doing, by the way?
Bad week.
I had about 2 weeks. Yeah,
we'll talk about. Most importantly, I suppose this month will be a lot of subscribe to my Twitch channel. If you can and you enjoy the content and you like watching the shows, I'm getting an emote made because we only get one emote. It's going to be, I think the idea we're going with is an old photo of me holding a microphone from when I used to rap in a cartoon version. So yeah, that's what I think we're going to do, which should be interesting. It should be fun. Until next week, I will love you, I will leave you, and I will see you all later.
People's Champ.
You are not that.
2017.
This is 2018.
Well, also 2018.